Your soulmate's next relationship will shock everyone. You won't believe who. My beloved child, don't skip, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary story. It begins with a question that almost nobody has the courage to ask. Who will your soulmate choose next, and why will that choice leave everyone completely speechless? Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. At first, people around them believed they already understood the direction of their life. They thought every decision was predictable, every emotion easy to explain, and every chapter already written. But they were wrong. Deep inside your soulmate, something has been changing in complete silence. A realization has been growing stronger every single day, quietly replacing old fears with unexpected confidence. They have started seeing through false smiles, empty promises, and people who only appeared when it was convenient. Without telling anyone, they began asking themselves one powerful question. Who truly deserves to walk beside me? That single question became the beginning of a journey nobody noticed. Every conversation, every coincidence, every unexpected encounter started pointing toward one mysterious destination. The strange part is that the answer was never hidden far away. It had been quietly moving closer all along, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. Now listen carefully. Because this is where everything begins to feel impossible. Your soulmate is standing at the edge of a decision that could surprise every person who ever thought they knew them. Don't skip, because the next few moments connect directly to the title of this message. Many expect them to return to someone from the past. Others believe they will choose comfort instead of courage. But neither prediction comes close to the truth. The person everyone expects is not the person your soulmate keeps thinking about. In fact, every time they try to imagine their future, one unexpected face keeps appearing in their thoughts. It feels familiar, peaceful, and strangely impossible to ignore. They cannot explain why ordinary moments suddenly remind them of this person. A song, a random place, a simple conversation, everything seems connected to an invisible thread pulling them toward a future they never planned. The people around them are completely unaware of this silent transformation. They continue making assumptions while your soulmate quietly prepares for a decision that will make everyone question everything they believed. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation has not arrived yet. Here is the moment that changes everything. Your soulmate's next relationship will not shock people because it happens quickly, it will shock them because of who it becomes. The truth is far different than rumors, expectations, or opinions. The next person to enter their heart will carry qualities almost nobody predicted: calm instead of chaos, honesty instead of games, peace instead of confusion. That unexpected connection will cause friends, relatives, and even those who doubted them to ask the same question. How did nobody see this coming? And while everyone searches for answers, your soulmate will simply smile, because they will finally understand why every previous chapter ended exactly when it did. Every disappointment was quietly clearing space for something completely different. Every delay was preparing the path for a connection that refuses to be ordinary. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the hidden sign that convinced your soulmate this unexpected relationship was never an accident. And once that secret comes to light, nothing will ever look the same again. Something huge is waiting for you. A quiet moment arrived when your soulmate stopped listening to the voices around them and finally began listening to the one voice they had ignored for far too long, their own heart. That was the exact moment everything started changing. Don't skip, because this hidden turning point explains why their next relationship will leave everyone speechless. Until now, they had been carrying expectations that never truly belonged to them. Family opinions, friends' advice, and old memories had all been pulling them in different directions. But suddenly, none of that felt important anymore. Instead, they found themselves remembering someone who brought them peace rather than pressure. They started comparing every conversation, every smile, and every feeling to a connection that refused to disappear from their thoughts. The more they tried to ignore it, the stronger it became. Strange coincidences began showing up one after another, almost as if life itself was quietly pushing them toward an answer they had not been ready to accept. They realized that true happiness would never come from choosing the person everyone expected. It would only come from choosing the one who made them feel understood without pretending to be someone else. Stay till the end, because the next discovery completely changed the picture they had imagined for their future. Then something happened that nobody around your soulmate noticed. A single conversation made them see people in a completely different way. Someone casually mentioned a future they should have, but instead of feeling excited, your soulmate felt an unexpected emptiness. That feeling frightened them at first because it revealed a truth they could no longer hide from themselves. They finally understood that a relationship built only to satisfy other people could never bring lasting happiness. Don't skip, because this realization became the beginning of the biggest surprise. From that day forward, they quietly started letting go of old expectations. They stopped chasing approval and started chasing peace. Every step they took seemed to bring them closer to a person whose presence felt natural instead of forced. That is why everyone will be shocked. They will spend weeks trying to understand how your soulmate made such an unexpected choice, never realizing that the decision was not made overnight. It had been growing silently through countless invisible moments, each one preparing them for a relationship unlike anything they had experienced before. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next sign appeared when they least expected it. The final clue arrived so naturally that your soulmate almost missed it. It was not a dramatic event or an unforgettable celebration. It was a simple moment that carried extraordinary meaning. They realized that whenever they imagined the future, one person always remained in the picture while everyone else slowly disappeared. That discovery answered every question they had been asking themselves. Suddenly, the confusion faded, the fear became smaller, and the path ahead looked clearer than ever before. The next relationship would not begin because of pressure, loneliness, or coincidence. It would begin because two lives finally reached the same moment at the same time. That is the reason people will not believe who your soulmate chooses next. They will expect excitement, status, or appearances to decide everything, but instead they will witness a connection built on trust, calmness, and genuine understanding. Stay till the end, because what happens next will reveal the unexpected event that forces your soulmate to stop hiding these feelings forever, and once that moment arrives, there will be no turning back. Something huge is waiting for you. A moment is coming that your soulmate has been trying to postpone for far too long. Don't skip, because this is where the hidden story takes an unexpected turn. They have convinced themselves that keeping everything inside is the safest choice, but silence has become heavier than honesty. Every ordinary day now feels different. They smile in front of people, yet their mind keeps returning to the same unanswered question. Why does one person continue to stand out no matter how hard they try to move on? They have tried to distract themselves with work, responsibilities, and new surroundings, but every path somehow circles back to the same destination. It is as if life keeps placing tiny reminders in front of them, small moments that seem ordinary to everyone else but carry a deeper meaning for them. The strange thing is that they are no longer afraid of the feelings themselves. What truly worries them is the reaction of everyone around them once the truth becomes impossible to hide. They already know people will be shocked, not because the relationship is wrong, but because it completely destroys every expectation they created. Stay till the end, because someone unexpectedly notices this silent change before your soulmate is ready to admit it. Without saying a single word, another person begins to observe the difference. They notice that your soulmate speaks differently, reacts differently, and seems strangely hopeful whenever the future is mentioned. At first, they dismiss it as imagination, but the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Don't skip, because this observation starts a chain of events nobody can stop. Questions begin appearing from every direction. Have you met someone? Why are you smiling more? Why don't you talk about the past anymore? Your soulmate avoids every question with a quiet laugh, but deep inside they know the answers are already written. They have finally stopped looking backward. Instead, they are preparing themselves for a future that feels peaceful instead of uncertain. The people around them continue guessing the wrong names, believing they already know who will be standing beside them next. That is exactly why the final reveal will leave everyone speechless. The truth has been hiding in plain sight all along, while every prediction pointed in the opposite direction. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next step cannot remain a secret much longer. Everything reaches a turning point when your soulmate realizes there is no perfect time to embrace what their heart has already accepted. The fear of judgment slowly loses its power, replaced by a quiet confidence they have never felt before. They understand that some stories are never meant to satisfy everyone's expectations, they are meant to fulfill the people living them. Don't skip, because this decision changes everything. Soon, a single unexpected moment will make it impossible to keep this new chapter hidden. One conversation, one meeting, or one simple introduction will reveal more than months of silence ever could. The people who doubted them will struggle to understand how such an unbelievable connection became reality. Those who expected a familiar ending will be forced to watch an entirely different future unfold. And your soulmate will finally realize that every delay, every disappointment, and every confusing chapter had been leading toward this one unforgettable moment. But the biggest surprise has still not arrived, because the next chapter begins with a revelation that even your soulmate never saw coming, and once it happens, nothing will ever be the same again. Something huge is waiting for you. Everything changes on a day that seems completely ordinary. Don't skip, because this quiet moment becomes the beginning of the revelation nobody expected. Your soulmate wakes up believing it will be another normal day, yet something feels different from the very first hour. Every decision they make seems to guide them toward the same direction without them even realizing it. They begin noticing small details they once ignored. Words that suddenly carry deeper meaning, familiar places that now feel strangely significant, and conversations that seem to answer questions they never asked out loud. The more they pay attention, the clearer one truth becomes. Their future is no longer connected to the expectations that once controlled them. Instead, it is moving towards someone whose presence brings calm instead of confusion. That realization is impossible to explain to anyone else because it is felt before it is understood. The people around them continue believing they already know how this story will end, but your soulmate quietly smiles, knowing the biggest surprise has not even begun. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next moment changes every prediction people have been making. Then comes the conversation that nobody sees coming. It is short, simple, and almost effortless, yet it leaves a lasting mark on your soulmate's heart. There are no dramatic promises, no impossible declarations, and no perfect words. Instead, there is something much more powerful: comfort. For the first time in a very long while, they feel completely understood without having to explain themselves. That single experience becomes impossible to forget. Don't skip, because this is the exact reason everyone will be shocked by their next relationship. While others continue chasing appearances, your soulmate discovers the rare feeling of being accepted exactly as they are. Every doubt they carried begins to disappear. Every fear that once held them back slowly loses its strength. They finally understand that the strongest relationships are not built on excitement alone but on trust that grows quietly over time. Without announcing anything, they begin protecting this connection from unnecessary opinions, allowing it to grow in silence until the right moment arrives. Something huge is waiting for you, because one unexpected event is about to reveal what they have been hiding from the world. The final surprise of this chapter arrives when someone close to your soulmate accidentally notices the change they have been trying so hard to keep private. It is not because of a confession. It is because their happiness can no longer be hidden. The calmness in their voice, the confidence in their choices, and the hope in their eyes reveal more than words ever could. Suddenly, people begin asking questions they never thought they would ask. They start wondering who could have transformed someone so completely. Every guess is wrong. Every assumption misses the truth. That is why the next relationship will leave everyone speechless. It is not about status, popularity, or anyone from the past. It is about a connection that quietly became stronger while nobody was paying attention. And just when your soulmate believes they have enough time before the truth comes out, one unexpected encounter is about to bring everything into the open. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the moment the secret can no longer stay hidden, and once that happens, there is no turning back. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment your soulmate has been trying to delay finally arrives, and it happens far more quietly than anyone could have imagined. Don't skip, because this is the chapter where every hidden clue begins connecting together. They are standing in what seems like an ordinary situation when someone unexpectedly asks a simple question about their future. For a brief second, they freeze. Not because they do not know the answer, but because they finally realize they are no longer afraid of it. The name they once kept locked inside their heart no longer feels impossible to accept. Instead of looking back at old disappointments, they begin looking ahead with a confidence they have never felt before. It is almost unbelievable how quickly their perspective changes. The people who once believed they understood every step of your soulmate's journey suddenly notice something different. Their smile is more genuine. Their decisions are firmer. Their silence is no longer filled with confusion. It is filled with certainty. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This quiet confidence becomes the first visible sign that an extraordinary chapter is about to begin, even though nobody around them understands what is really happening. As the days continue, the mystery grows even deeper. Don't skip, because the next revelation explains why everyone will be left completely speechless. Small coincidences begin appearing one after another, almost too perfectly timed to ignore. Every unexpected meeting, every familiar place, and every meaningful conversation seems to point toward the same direction. Your soulmate stops questioning whether they should trust what they feel and starts wondering why they ever doubted it in the first place. At the same time, the people around them continue making confident predictions, convinced they already know who will become part of their future. They speak with certainty, never realizing that the truth is unfolding somewhere completely different. That is exactly what makes this story unforgettable. While everyone watches one path, another path quietly becomes stronger every single day. Your soulmate realizes that the connection they have been protecting in silence has already changed them in ways they never expected. They are no longer searching for approval. They are searching for authenticity, and that search is about to reward them in a way nobody can predict. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next event forces the hidden truth into the light. Then comes the unforgettable moment that changes everything forever. Without planning it, without rehearsing it, and without expecting it, your soulmate reaches a point where hiding their feelings is no longer possible. One genuine conversation becomes the spark that sets every unanswered question into motion. The people who doubted them suddenly fall silent. Those who believed they had the entire story finally realize they never knew the most important chapter. The person your soulmate chooses next is not someone selected to impress the world. They are someone who brings peace where there was once uncertainty, confidence where there was once hesitation, and hope where there was once endless waiting. That is why the announcement will shock everyone. It will not be because people recognize the person, but because nobody expected your soulmate to choose with such courage and clarity. Stay till the end, because the final chapter reveals what happens after the world discovers this unexpected relationship. And the reaction that follows is even more surprising than the choice itself. Something huge is waiting for you. A single moment finally arrives when there is nowhere left to hide the truth. Don't skip, because this is the ending every hidden sign has been leading toward. Your soulmate no longer feels the need to explain every decision or defend every feeling. They have discovered something far more valuable than approval. They have found peace with their own heart. The whispers, the guesses, and the endless opinions around them begin to fade into the background. For the first time, they stop worrying about who will understand and start focusing on the person standing beside them. That quiet confidence becomes impossible to ignore. People who once questioned every choice suddenly notice a happiness they have never seen before. They search for an explanation, but there is only one. Your soulmate finally chose the connection that felt genuine instead of the one everyone expected. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprise was never about how the relationship began, it was about how completely it transformed the person everyone thought they already knew. Then the reactions begin. Some people are left speechless. Others cannot believe they guessed wrong all along. A few quietly admit they never imagined your soulmate would make such a bold and unexpected choice. But your soulmate no longer feels the need to prove anything. Every conversation that once created doubt now strengthens their confidence. Every challenge they faced suddenly makes sense because it prepared them to recognize something real when it finally appeared.